Hello there guys, I know I just put up a KARAKURI deck profile, but when I went to the sneak peek I picked up a few new cards for it, swapped it about a bit, went on Duelist Network the last 2 days with it, play tested the shit out of this deck, and if you guys watching now and you were actually watching me on Duelist Network or you went against me on Duelist Network, just comment below and tell them how sick this deck was. It was insane. I will be putting up some videos from Duelist Network just to show you guys. But this KARAKURI deck is just... if you're thinking of what deck can you run next year, because yours has been nerfed like fuck, I suggest going with KARAKURI's. This is the most underrated deck that is out there right now. It's insane. I will just go straight to the deck profile. It's got 2 merchants. Searches any KARAKURI card, spell, trap, monster. It's useful in so many situations. 2 strategist. You gotta love this guy. On end of your combos with your synchros, you get him out, switch him to defense, draw 3 cards from your synchros. 3 KARAKURI, the main card of the deck probably. She allows you to normal summon 1 more KARAKURI per turn, and then once she's out, if she's out again on the field next turn, you can summon 2 monsters, and you just go in for them crazy synchros. We have 3 soldier, again one of the main cards. This guy switches to defense. When he's destroyed, you get another KARAKURI and special summon it. Next up, 3 watchdog. My main tuner, apart from KARAKURI, I don't use his effects. He's just a level 4 tuner with decent defense. Next up, we have 2 KARAKURI ninja. This guy, when he destroys an opponent's monster, you can special summon 1 KARAKURI from your graveyard or your deck. So, from your graveyard, not your deck. So, you know, he basically recycles your dead KARAKURIs. We also have 2 Muso now. I've been looking for one of these guys for absolutely ages. Came across the Ultimate and Ultra Rares one, so I had one before, but now I've got 2, and it just works so much better. I can use him again instead of him being sent to the graveyard. Next up, Ninja, just one of them. I did used to run 2, but one's perfect now that I've added a Muso. I always said I was going to swap him out for a Muso, and I have. These are non-Gen X monsters, non-KARAKURI monsters. We've got a DD Crow. This guy is just for... I sided him in my deck, and then I actually added him to the main deck. Nearly every deck out there runs BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, things like that. So as soon as I've got over a BLS, somehow, it's usually by switching him to defense and killing him. I then remove BLS from play because I don't want that bitch coming back, or like any monster, I don't want him being added back to the deck and shit like that, so I just get rid of him like Hornet and things like that. Next up we have 1 Gen X Neutron. Getting another tin, I'm going to get 1 more Neutron because this guy, it pulls out so many new plays. Like first turn, if you just want to be like slow and calm, you can just in a Neutron add KARAKURI to your hand, and then next turn you can go, right, this is it. Summon, synchro, summon, synchro. That's basically what this deck does to your mind. It's insane. This card just allows you to set up your hand ready, especially if you've got 2 and you double summon. Gen X, add 2 KARAKURIs to your hand. You're just setting up the whole field. I actually did that move yesterday. I had 2 and a double summon. Decided in a double summon, and it worked really well. I don't have one in this deck profile, but if I do get older one, I can't find any. If I do get older one, I'll probably put it in because it worked so well. Next up, we have 2 more monsters, and these are the last 2. We have 2 Cyber Dragons. This is for the obvious Chimera tech. Plus, if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can go Cyber Dragon, and then you go KARAKURI. That's not KARAKURI. Then you go KARAKURI, and then normal summon any level 4. Synchro with Cyber Dragon KARAKURI. KARAKURI Synchro allows you to special summon another KARAKURI from your deck, so you go into Watchdog, Synchro again, and then special summon another, and then, or you could go Stardust to protect him. And if you use Machine Duplication on KARAKURI, you can actually Synchro 3 and 4 times in 1 turn. So like I said, guys, this deck is just so explosive. It's just crazy. Next up, spells. 2 Showdown Castle. Field spell, when you attack one of your opponent's monsters with a KARAKURI, you can switch its attack or defense. When this is destroyed, you get to special summon 1 level 1 to 4 or higher KARAKURI. So if your synchros are dead, you can get your synchro back, or you can just go for a KARAKURI and then normal summon twice, and just so many different things. This is for Back Row Hate. We've got the 3 MST and the Heavy Storm. There we go, Heavy Storm. just because you find yourself a lot of times thinking, oh shit, this hand can, you know, give me a really high attack. It can OTK, one turn kill, first turn kill. So you just think, right, I need to get rid of the back row, because if they've got Mirror Force and shit like that, you don't want to be running into it. So you know, you just set a few MSTs, and then once your opponent maybe MSTs that, you flip yours, MST one of theirs. So not only are they losing the one you destroy, they've wasted an MST. So that's what I like to do with MSTs. I set them most of the time, because your opponent ends up losing 2 cards instead of 1, and you're just sat there going, fuck you. Next up, 3, Karakuri Komachi, Cash, not Komachi, sorry. You switch the attack defense of a Karakuri, get a level 1 to 4 Karakuri from your deck to your hand. It basically just sets up your place for next turn. Next up, 3, Karakuri, Anatomy. That's it, guys, that's the word. Not autonomy, Anatomy. When a Karakuri switches attack or defense, add a counter, you can discard it to the graveyard to draw 2 cards when you've got 2 counters on it, or 1 card when you've got 1 counter. You know, you just draw in hand. You just draw in. Next up, 1 Day of Peace. I'm adding another in. This card just basically you can set up your hand. So it's kind of like Exodia. With this deck, you know, there's so many cards that help you set up your hand. You can just go, right, I'm just gonna for first few turns just set up my hand, get ready for an explosive turn. So you like 1 Day of Peace, draw a card. Can't take battle damage next turn. I won't even summon anything. Next turn, 1 Day of Peace. You know, draw. Can't take any damage. Summon, cash, switch defense, get a level 1 to 4. Summon, synchro, you know, so on and so forth. Next up, creature swap. Because Karakuris are quite weak when they're attacked, they switch to defense. But if your opponent, if you want to get over an opponent's monster, and you can't seem to do it, or you just, if they're in the last few life points and you've only got a weak monster, you can just go creature swap, swap it with theirs, attack, destroy it, they lose life points. End of duel. Monster Reborn, obviously, it's just a good card. That's it, that's basically it. You know, when one of your monsters is dead, you get it back. That's it, that's what it's for. Magical Mallet. If you get a shit hand, Magical Mallet really helps out, and it lets you, it gives you another shot at drawing, especially if you get it on your first turn and you're just like, shit, this is a crap hand, Magical Mallet. Let's give it a shuffle and draw again. And the last spell is Machine Duplication. Like I said earlier with Komachi, if you can get a Komachi and Machine Duplication out, you have set up your field to go crazy. For example, I will now get Komachis for you to show you. Right then. So you've got 1 Komachi. Let me just find the others. 2 Komachis there. And Cyber Dragon. This is the play that I play nearly every duel. I will go Cyber Dragon, Komachi, level 4. So I right there I can synchro twice. But then I'll go Machine Duplication on Komachi, 2 more. I will then synchro, get my level 8 Shogun, special summon Watchdog, synchro, level 8 Shogun, special summon Nisashi, the level 5 Karakuri, synchro, special summon level 8 Shogun, special summon 1 more, synchro into a different monster, maybe a level 2, go into Beast, or, you know, go into a Stardust with different levels. And it just, you can synchro 4 or 5 times in 1 turn, or if you want to go on last one, you can Xyz, you know, it's not all about synchroing. Okay, next up, the extra deck. 1 Chimera Tech, obviously you've got Cyber Dragon, especially when you're against gadgets, you can normal summon loads, and then obviously when you do the Cyber Dragon first, at the end of it you can just go, right, I'll get rid of all mine and get rid of all yours, and I've got a Chimera Tech on like 5,000-6,000 attack. Next up, Fairy King. Because all mine are Earth, Fairy King really is a really good card, you know, you just sacrifice 2 level 4s to get into it, especially if you do this on the last one and you Xyz at the end of your 3 synchros. Discard 1 all non-Earths, lose 500 attack. That means your synchros are more powerful than your opponents if they're not Earths. It's just a no-brainer. Next up, Gemini Pearl. If anyone's got a secret rare from the Hidden Arsenal, please just let me know. I'll buy it off you, trade it off you, whatever. It's just basically a level 4 beat stick if you just want to go in with an attack, because Karakuris aren't that strong at level 4s. Special, like, get him out, just boom, 2/600. Next up, what I use this guy for is basically just a level 4 Book of Moon. with an attack. That's it. Synchros. We've got Beast, Leo Drake. We've got Brionic, but it's been taken out because it's been banned. It doesn't affect me that much. I hardly ever use him, but when I do, it's to get rid of the field and go with an absolute insane attack. That's why I'm running 4 destruction cards, because Brionic used to just send them back to the hand and I could attack, then they'd be dead. But now I need to destroy them instead. But instead of Brionic, I'm adding the Yugiohmcc X, XYZ. So it's not the end of the world, and I might even add Gungnir, which destroys them. Next up, Orient Dragon. Get rid of Synchros. A lot of Synchro decks coming back. Black Wings have got some support. There's a lot of Synchro decks out there now, again, which is cool because Synchros are my favourite. So Orient Dragon's there just to get rid of the massive beat sticks. Like, I went on Duelist Network and I went against a junk deck. And, they were getting Junk Destroyer out, which is just an absolute powerhouse, taking out all my cards. So I just thought, right, a quick level 6 Synchro, Orient Dragon, banish it. It's done. That was game for them. They lost it eventually. Got the obvious 3 Steel Shoguns. This guy's just a boss. He's the one that allows you to special summon again. So, he just kicks ass. I am looking for 3 of the level 7s as well. I can't seem to get hold of them anywhere, no matter where I go. So if you've got them, let me know. I'll buy them off you. Got a Red Dragon Archfiend. Absolute powerhouse. 2 Land Ice. This fucks over Insectors and Wind-Ups and things. You negate their attack and then destroy the monster that you negated. But now that they've kind of been nerfed, he's not as useful, but he's still a really good monster to stop effects happening, so I kept him in. We've got a Light End Dragon. And finally, we've got a Scrap Dragon. Again, basically an absolute powerhouse, that is it. And you've got his effect as well, which is pretty sick. So, that's it, guys. This is my favourite deck ever. I've made a few decks in my time at Yu-Gi-Oh! And this one just kicks ass. Basically, that's what it does. It just kicks absolute ass. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe. That's the main point I want to make here, guys. The more subscriptions I get, the better content I can bring out, and the more that I know people like the videos. So thanks for watching. See you guys later.